Hello there, I'm Robin, and I'm really happy to be able to offer you a practice today. And it will be a restorative practice, something for you to allow yourself to just drop out and rest and recover and receive. We'll also have at the end of this practice a short Yoga Nidra. So I will guide you through probably a body scan at the end of this practice while you're in Shavasana, the last resting pose of the practice. So for a restorative practice, I've got all kinds of props laid out here. So I'm going to encourage you to gather some things around your home that can be helpful and supportive for you during this practice. If you have a yoga bolster, a restorative bolster, they are fantastic. If you don't have something like this, it's a couch cushion is very similar. It's a little bit firm, yet supportive, and it's got some nice length to it. So a couch cushion is a great double for a restorative yoga cushion. If you don't have a couch cushion, you could also take a couple of regular pillows and sort of bind them together into one pillowcase so that they're a little more firm than your average pillow. I've got lots of blankets. I have a rolled up small blanket. You could also use a rolled up small towel. And any other like small size pillows or blankets that you have. If you have yoga blocks, they would be great as well. So I've got two. I will probably use both of them. If you don't have blocks, you can substitute with blankets. You could substitute with big books. So get creative. See what's in your home space. And also, if you've got a strap, that would be great. You could also use like a big bathrobe tie, something that is not stretchy, but is more stable. Okay, so restorative yoga is, like I said just a few moments ago, an opportunity to just rest and recover and relax. The props are here to be rested into so that you can feel supported, which is always so helpful to be able to feel the support of the earth, the support of your own body letting go, the support of quiet. So I will be doing this practice with you. So we will be in spaces where there's lots of several minutes of quiet time. And I will have a bell on my phone that goes off after a few minutes in each position. So you will hear my voice, and then you won't hear me much. You might hear me a little bit, and then you'll hear a bell and we'll be guided into the next position. So I hope you enjoy this. I wanted to start off with a poem that I feel is very fitting for restorative yoga. It's by Lao Tzu, who is a 6th century Taoist author. And he asks, do you have the patience to wait until your mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving until the right action arises by itself? This is an opportunity to let your mud settle and let your water clear. Let all the particles filter down. So we will spend a lot of time lying down, but I thought we would have our first pose as standing pose, mountain pose. So go ahead and stand on up. I'm going to have my timer handy. And find yourself in mountain pose. So feet about hip width apart, could be narrower, could even be wider. And let your arms just rest by your sides. Take a moment to settle into the earth with your feet and just energetically. Allow the crown of your head to rise up toward the sky. And be like a mountain here. Rooted. And you may feel a small dance in your body. Allow yourself to arrive in this standing pose with deeper breaths as a way to welcome yourself into the practice, to separate the rest of your day with this moment, and to turn your attention inward to feel what is arising. What can you release right from the get-go? And can you welcome your breath? Go ahead and see what happens for the next couple of minutes as we stand. Nothing to do but stand. You may find your body making slight micro movements, and that's wonderful. Just allow those to happen. Keeping the breath flowing. The bell has just gone off. That's been about 3 minutes. So open your eyes and wiggle your fingers and let your shoulders move. Let your feet come unrooted from the earth. Just move the body a little bit, how it wants to move. And we'll be gently making our way towards the floor. The next pose will be a forward fold that is supported. So let the earth come up to you. You're going to walk your feet a little wider apart. If you've got a yoga prop like I do, it could be about the same width as the yoga prop. And you're going to just let your head fall gently down toward the prop. And you want your head to be met by the support. So just pile up your pillows, pile up your blankets, bow your head down, and let your arms be resting in some way. Letting your head lower toward the earth. If you rather have your head dangling in space, that's totally fine. Also, if you rather bend your knees, also fine. We'll be here for about 3 minutes, so settle in. Be sure you feel supported in one way or the other. Tap into sensation and breath and undoing.
If at any point during this practice you need to shift positions or come out of a position before the bell sounds, please do take care of yourself that way. If you need to take a sip of water, let's see if you can stay in the stream of the practice. In this sacred space that we are creating together. Readjusting to find more comfort is definitely part of the practice. Sounds and sighs are welcome. Can you let go a little more? Can you find your Goldilocks spot where it feels just right? The last 10 seconds here. And there's our bell. Take a breath in and a nice sigh out, and just find your way out of the pose gently. We're making our way to the floor, so find your way bending your knees, squatting down. And just take a moment to experience the benefit of that forward fold, that supported forward fold. We're going to move to our next pose, which will be child pose, supported. So you can use a bolster or some blankets or some pillows. You're gonna have feet together and knees wide, and the bolster or the pillows will slide right up in between your thighs. And then just like child pose, rest your torso. This time you're supported by this bolster. So just rest your torso on your support. And if it feels better to turn your head to one side, you can do that. And just breathe into the shape. Let yourself go. Let your mud settle. Allow your eyes to close, shutting out the outside world and going internally. Rest. If you haven't in a while, take a sigh out the mouth. Let your jaw soften. Allowing our stress and our worries to be released gently and slowly in this practice. Our nervous system to re-regulate. The layers of ourself being gently caressed, clean and clear. And there's our bell. So we're gently, gently going to rise on up. Use your hands to come up out of this pose. Rising off the bolster, your support. We're going to lie on our bellies, but we're going to use a support here, rolled up like a little burrito, blanket or towel. Again, yoga props tend to want to be a little more firm than squishy. So check in with your support. We're going to lay ourselves onto the belly, and we're going to put this support right at our kind of just above the hip hinge, right at the very deep low belly. So there's a prop giving you some information into that low belly area. So go ahead and find this for yourself. This one, you're on your forearms in a sphinx position. You could also lay flat, lay down. But I encourage you first to start on your forearms and just feel the information from the rolled up towel coming into your deep belly. There may be some very gentle movement as you settle in and let your dust settle, your mud settle. This pose is a little more energizing than the forward fold and the child pose. Take in the information and let it go. Let it clear and gently wipe away extra holdings in your body and your mind. If you rise up against a resistance in this pose, that could be natural for this one. So meet it and greet it. And breathe it out. And shift if you need to. Or stay with the curiosity of what's here. Breathing into your chest and lungs. If you haven't already, go ahead, let your head rest down onto the floor or onto your hands. Keep breathing. Again, allowing that small dance to happen in your body, letting your own body
find its way to off-gassing excess and that which does not serve. Meeting resistance and letting it go. Breathing into the sound of the bell, soft bell. Come back onto your forearms and walk your way out of this pose, coming onto all fours. Just take a moment to receive the benefits of this supported Sphinx pose that we just did. Really feeling, I feel a lot more energy in my belly here. Feels really nice. We're transitioning now to lying on our sides with a support. So lay your support wide way on your mat and go ahead and drape. You're going to lie on your right side and drape the right ribs over this bolster or your pillows or blankets, whatever you've got. And this is going to be a lengthening pose. So reach your legs out long if that feels good. If you rather have them bent, you can. And your armpit is above the prop, so that your arm can stretch out and your head can rest onto the extended bottom arm, the right hand, the right arm. And then the left arm, if it feels okay, reaches also, the top arm reaches also, lengthening out in solidarity with the other one. And if you like, you can take your right hand to your left wrist and give a little pull, or you could clasp your fingers. You could also choose for this pose to be a little softer and not include the top arm or bend the knees. It's up to you. And just get comfortable, settle in, honor your body's wisdom and what it will gain from this pose, what this pose has to teach you or offer you or take away for you, release for you. You want to add an extra pillow, by the way, under your head, go for it. This practice is about comfort and support. Settle in. See if you can soften your brow, and your jaw, and your face. Let's see if you can open your breath into the side body. Eyes closed. What could you release a little more here? And let it go out the mouth with a sigh. As we find our way to switching sides, we move slowly, slowly out of the pose, bending the knees, using the hands. Let your chest face down as you rise up to come out of this pose.
And we'll switch sides. You can just roll over to the other side, but I'm going to turn so I can continue to face you. I liked the pillow for my head, so I'm going to take the pillow with me as well. And this time I'm going to drape the left side over this bolster. Rib cage goes over the bolster, armpit goes above the support, left arm reaching, legs could be straight or bent, and right arm reaching over. And you modify in just the way that feels right for you. Find just the right Goldilocks moment. I have my pillow for my head on top of my arm, the left arm that's down on the floor. So get it just right. Breathe and settle into it. Feel the breath inflating and deflating your body. Feel the small dance of release through your tissues, through your muscles and bones. Even your organs get a rest. Softening face and eyes. And there's our bell. And again, to come out of this, use your hands and bend your knees. And let your chest face down to the floor as you rise out. Keep the bolster right where it is. We're going to take a heart opener, a chest opener now. So we'll use the bolster or the pillows or the blankets, and we're going to lie back on it. The armpits again are going to be above the bolster towards your head so that your chest will be right on top of this bolster. If you'd like to place something under your knees for a little support, you could. You could also, by the way, if you're feeling a little chilly, always take a blanket over you. And this one also, you may find that you want your head to be a little more supported. So if you want a pillow or two for under the head, go ahead and take it. And find a place where your legs feel comfortable. They might be stretched out. The feet may end up being to the floor with your knees drawn in. You could also bring soles of feet together and knees wide if that feels good for you and your body. So find the place that feels comfortable. Place one hand on belly and one hand on solar plexus. And see what you can let go of. Arms are stretched out by your sides, by the way. Palms ideally face up. That feels okay. Settle in. Is your neck comfortable? Are your hips comfortable? Are you expanding your breath? And there's our bell. So to come out of this shape, keep your head very supported as you roll onto your side. And just pause on your side for a moment. And breathe into the back of your heart as you are here on your side, exposing the back of the chest, the back of the heart. Using your hands once again to rise. And we'll take the bolster out of the way. Transitioning to our next pose, which is going to be close to our last pose. So we're going to come into a supported bridge pose. So if you have a block, that's great. If you want to use pillows or blankets instead, that's fine. For supported bridge, feet are to the floor and they're close to your hips. So you could tickle your heels with your fingertips. Now press through your feet and go ahead and place the block right on your pelvis. So these big wing bones are your pelvis. And right in between the wing bones is your sacrum, the big triangular bone at the base of your spine. So all of those bones are supported on the block. I have the block at the lowest height. You could choose to have it higher if you like. So be sure you find your comfort as you settle in. And if you'd like, you can extend your legs out long if that feels good for you. Only if it feels right. So you choose. You could also knock your knees in toward midline. And you could place, if you want, you could place something on top of your belly for just a little comfort and support. Could be a blanket, could be a pillow. This is a great reset for the pelvis in case you have any low back discomfort. Sometimes this can really ease out digestive issues. Let breath really come deep into the belly. Let out your sounds or sighs if they arise. Keep seeking out comfort and support and release. Spine releasing. Mind releasing. Body releasing. Breath expanding and releasing. And the bell has sounded, so just give a little wiggle to fingers and toes and let your wrists circle out. To come out of this pose, press through your feet. Gently lift your hips just a little bit and come on down. Just let your body extend for a moment, maybe reaching out in both directions. So our last pose before our extended Shavasana will be a forward bend. So reach your legs out in front of you. And if you've got two blocks, we're going to create the Stonehenge shape. We'll take those blocks the tall way, parallel to one another, and place our pillow or blanket on top of the blocks. If you don't have blocks, you could just pile all your props up so that your legs are extended long and your body can just rest on this prop. So find just the right dimensions that work for you. Placing your forehead down onto the prop or turning your head to the side. Finding your comfort. I've got my arms on this prop right now. They could also be down by my sides. Just dangling, shoulders really resting. Breath opening into the back of the body. If your legs are very tight, by the way, you could place something under the knees, blankets or pillows. Be sure to tailor make all of these poses for you. And you may do this practice again and find you need something different the next time. So be kind, be curious, and see how neutral and at ease you can be, even in the moments of discomfort or feeling unsettled. Chin is tucked so the back of the neck gets some stretch and opening. Or your head could be turned to the side, that's fine too. Letting go a little bit more. Unwinding. There's our bell. So just giving a little wiggle. Fingers and toes and rising up. Taking hands to your face and just give yourself a little facial massage. Let your tongue stick out. Swiping your fingers down your neck and into your chest. Just letting your body kind of wiggle its way into a little more freedom. We're going to take our final relaxation pose now. So setting yourself up in Shavasana, which is lying down on the ground. You could also choose to have your legs up on a chair or wall if that feels nice. And place a blanket over your body. You might place something over your eyes. Find yourself able to completely rest right now. Listening to my voice as it guides you through a beautiful body scan. So legs are extended, maybe supported under the knees. Turn your palms to face open and tuck your shoulders underneath you. Be sure that your head feels comfortable and your jaw remains soft. And let's draw attention to the head. And imagine that you had golden honey light spreading through your head. Top of the head, forehead, back of head, back of neck. Light dripping, shining gently onto your face, softening your eyes.
your cheekbones, your nose and nasal passages softening, glowing with warm honey light. Your mouth, cavity of your mouth, just soft and open. And you might puff out your cheeks for a moment. Let your tongue rest in Shavasana. Every tooth releasing its tension, finding its way to perfect relationship. Throat softening. Ears unwinding their tension that remains. Let it go. The whole head soft, relaxed. Spreading that relaxation into the shoulders, the backs of the shoulders, the fronts of the shoulders, the chest, the ribs beneath the chest, the lungs beneath the ribs, and the beating heart. Relaxing. Breathing into that warm honey light surrounding you, embedding into your tissues. Warm honey light rolling down your arms, the long arm bones, the elbows, the forearms, glowing with warm light. Inner wrists and outer wrists, palms, backs of hands, each finger, spreading that light through each finger and the webbing in between each finger. Rolling that light up and down the arms, up back into the shoulders and the chest and the heart and the lungs and the neck and the head and the face, and down the chest into the belly. Breathing warm light through your organs, through your belly muscles and tissues. Letting that area receive love and light, acceptance and relaxation. Shining warm light into your pelvis, the inner space of your pelvis, the bones of your pelvis, the wing shape of those bones, beautiful butterfly wing shape of the body. The sacrum at the base of the spine, the arrow pointing earthward for you. And that warm light rolling down your legs, each leg at the same time or one at a time. Warm light entering the strong tissues of your legs, softening, 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 opening, releasing, warming and lighting. Warm light comes into the knees, the joint there between the upper and lower leg. Light streaming down the legs, the bones of the legs, the softer tissue, into the ankles, heels, tops of feet, toes, and finally bottoms, soles of feet. Soles connecting to soul. Your whole body glowing with warm honey light. Experience your glow as you soften here. deeper and deeper into rest. If there's anything further now to release and let go, just sigh it out with a sound or a word. Let an image be erased from your mind that does not serve you. Bathe in your purity, in your beauty. Soften into what is. Finding yourself in the center of things. Merging, glowing, and melting away. You can stay here for a long time if you like. If you're ready to come out of this rest, just let your breath deepen. Let the small parts of you start moving, your fingers and your toes. Maybe take a little yawn. Let your head roll easy side to side. And then start to move just a little bit more, taking your hands to your body and just giving it a really warm, loving touch. Bend your knees up. And when you're ready, roll onto either side, just pausing there on your side and just curling up and hugging into a nice ball of you, yourself. Taking one more moment to deeply care and nurture and nourish. This is your time. And take a moment to just notice what this practice has been for you. Let it sink in. Maybe say the word out loud, whatever it was. Nourishing, restful, loving, word or words. And allow those words to really enter your experience as you begin to rise, pressing hand in hand and rising, and just taking the time to soak in the benefits of the practice. Having a seat. And now you're in a more vertical position, so just take a moment to feel what it feels like to be in the space around you, really taking in the space a little more than you have been for the last almost hour. And noticing 3 things in the space you're in that catch your eye. And settle your pelvis down into the floor. And let the breath bloom and open your internal space up and out, letting the crown of the head rise, rise, rise toward the open sky. Draw the hands to the heart as you come to the end of this practice. Just feeling what's here for you. You may have uncovered some layers so that some other things show up. I'm feeling a little bit of sadness, a little grief right now. So just feeling into that, allowing yourself perhaps some tears to arise, or a giggle, or a breath. Whatever it is that has appeared, welcome it in. And know that it is here to teach you something. I'm happy to have practiced with you today, and
I'll meet you next time. Namaste.